And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Songs of Six. We're working to build up our army so we can go take over some territory. We could promote someone to being a noble. But first, let's get some blood pit going. I think it's actually former entertainment, even though you can use it as a punishment. Fight pit. Put it over here. And then we are going to want to start gathering a bunch of stone from the environment. Because obviously paving over the roads is going to consume a bunch of stone. And this is going to take 10 gladiators. Although from a law and order standpoint, we can now add that as effectively a punishment. Although, obviously, we need the building built first. And it looks like the gladiators will still need to be in place. So it's going to take 10 people. So we actually probably should, if we're going to go that route, get like another 20 people. Let's look up to 840. And then from a road perspective, we can kind of look at this as we... Oh, structure. Road. Dirt road has durability of 20, speed at 5%, and our people like it at 25%. I think we're going to upgrade to brick road. Don't I have the tech for that? I might have to only be able to go paved. Let me double check. Just pause that quickly. What I was thinking about was under fancy. We're gonna have to get knowledge for that. We'll still go ahead and let some time pass while we look at this. So I was gonna go to a type of road that apparently we don't have access to. We're still gonna want to upgrade the road. So dirt road is 5% speed, 20% durability. We jump to the next one, and it's gonna cost us 1 stone each tile, but it doubles the speed, increase the durability by 2.5 times. So that basically we're going to need 2.5 times, or 2.5 fewer, how do I want to, janitors to say do maintenance. If people actually don't like it any better, it's about the same. So that was actually less of an improvement than I was going to hope. Although... it being less of an improvement means I'm actually not going to bother right now. We'll hold off a bit. We do have our fighting pit going, which will need weapons to upgrade, although we'll see how well that provides its service. And it's got a pretty big radius. It doesn't quite cover the whole town, but it covers 2 of our main districts. Almost covers some of the 3rd. Of course, for up here, we'd have to probably build another one. Not quite in a rush to get another one going. Continue upgrading the food stalls. Got 7 of our 15 upgraded. I think we might actually have 16 now total. Grab an upgrade. Oops. 8. Grab a... oh, furniture level decreased, furniture level up. We've got 9 of 16 upgraded. And that should help, again, with service improvement. Currently got a shortage of benches. All the benches are also furniture, so... no one's complaining about hospitals because no one's sick. That's something actually to be noteworthy of, right? People give you full fulfillment for hospitals that they don't have if they don't need it. Rather, they get kind of grumpy. If they need a hospital, they can't have it, they're a bit grumpy about that. Everyone's successfully skinny dipping, that's good to see. Anyway, we're gonna have to build up knowledge for the wells and the hearths. Let's go ahead. I'm going to do a control click to build, or shift click to build another one of these, because we know we're going to want some more knowledge. This will provide another 20 knowledge, which honestly probably is not enough for the stuff I want, but it's a start. And give us enough to actually get the hospital, although right now the hospital isn't really helpful. Oh, that would give me enough to get fancy roads, so that might actually be worth applying so we can do bricked road. People do like the bricked roads significantly more than the dirt roads. Although I should probably have another 20 people come in, because we're about to have 20 people be consumed by the new task. 60. New copy area, and we're gonna get another housing district, because I'm already like, yeah, we've already filled all the houses, I'm gonna want more people. Yeah, we'll walk there. Nope, I'm out of clay. I need to raise the clay production by like 10 more people. We now employ over 50 in our libraries, and as a result, they're now all a little bit more efficient. Nice. Not copy paste, right? That's what that looks like. Or I accidentally canceled the task. There's a way to cancel the task, yeah. Innovation, 15 knowledge. Gotta wait for that to trend up a little bit. Yeah, target's now 20.6. Although this one's 20.4. A little bit more commute time on that one, okay. Fair enough, that's maybe an argument to build another housing district just for those guys. Two food stalls upgraded. The upward trend is definitely in the right direction. Judgment's up, stalking's up, imprisonment's up. Could do a little bit more with law. It's the estimation there. Apparently we're not doing a particularly great job. Not everyone is being adequately stalked. And not everyone is being imprisoned, apparently. And law is mostly coming from tortures and arrests. Okay. It's base value, arrests, tortures, statues, pardoned, exiled, executed, enslaved, killed in the arena, escape, event, or other effects. Okay. We've got an arena. So we'll assign some people to receive the arena as part of their judgment. Oh, there goes up law and order. Yeah, apparently people, a bit better deterrence if you're, suffering the gladiator pits. There we go. That's definitely helped with fulfillment. Another 0.5 fulfillment from that. That fixed the law. Okay, sometimes if you do wrong things via the law come down like a ton of bricks, apparently. I'm gonna do get another one of those. Yeah, I'll go like put it there. That'll be fine. Now we have a little bit more storage. I'm gonna rejigger the storage. It's not gonna be the exact same as this one. For making more rations mostly. Apparently the ration maker is not actually working as hard as I'd expected it to. Where's my ration maker? Apparently underproducing due to poor workload. Which is a little weird. Oh, that might be due to storage issues. Let's turn this up. So let's go up to 12. Oh, and I need more people. Go up to 900 people. For our hypothetical army, do we have enough weapons? No. For our hypothetical army... Well, we almost have enough weapons, because we want 140 weapons. We have 128. So there's two ways to go about improving that storage. One is to make sure the storage place where we're currently storing weapons... So you're probably storing to one of the storage yards nearby. Not that one. This one. No. That one. we'll do a quick upgrade on this one. Costs a little bit of furniture. That'll allow you to store more weapons. And then we'll basically do the same on the shield one. And then we might want to increase armor production again. Yeah, we'll upgrade you as well. Am I getting enough leather? Enough leather? The answer right now is no, but that's because it's decaying. I don't have much surplus. So if I want more leather, and we do want more leather, I either need to upgrade the hunters or build more hunters. Is the easiest way to go about doing that. So get another copy of that. Okay. And then we're going to turn most of your stockpile down. I'll keep the herb stockpile pretty low, and then we'll replace most of it with... Oh, and apparently I built that with the upgrade in... because we copy and pasted an upgraded one. Okay. Most of that's going to be rations. It's going to be a big ration stockpiler. Yeah, we fixed the problem with the consumption of herbs, and now we don't have enough herbs. Okay. That's maybe an argument just to build up more herb farms. And we triple the herb productions, or triple the herb consumptions. We'll do something like this. Like so. And then obviously we'll need some roads in here at some point to help people move around. I'm not too worried about these people necessarily getting optimal road transit. Because they can always veer off into the farm to avoid running into each other. Mild weather, so temporary health boost, or temporary happiness boost, and proximity. Okay. Okay, laboratories are predicting to consume 50. They should be consuming 60, so that's... Yeah, so you're having delivery issues, so I apparently need to up the clay generation by, let's say, 3 or 4 workers. Well, I suppose as we expand, the deposit quality is going down, is what's going on. They mine from best to worst, obviously. I'm gonna need some more houses. Probably do something like this so we get some more local for the laboratories. Okay, apparently I make more coal than we need. So I can back the coal maker off a bit. Yeah, in theory, we should be able to get away with 3, so we'll back off to 3. Save one worker there. I can do basically the same on the metal maker as well. Although probably the answer to the metal maker is I should export it. You said to export, you're exporting clothes. Okay. I know what I should be doing. This is somewhere we've got an exporter, I think, of armor. Yes. Obviously you're not exporting armor anymore. Export weapons. Or, not weapons. Export, metal. Yeah, kind of the same thing. So actually reduce the amount you're doing. Don't over-export. Yeah, 75% seems reasonable. You know, I think we should also grab a couple more stocks here. Just in case we got people who need to be put in it. Also costs metal, so we got the input for that pretty easily. Okay, so in theory we have enough surplus here that the laboratories... We should build up enough clay that the laboratories can actually take 60 instead of 51 patients. We were going around slowly upgrading... No. Food stalls. Where were we in that upgrade process? Up to 14 of 18. One of the reasons why when I clicked on it, I think this one was saying, oh, do you want to modify it, was I think this one has already been upgraded, right? So we're actually like 15 of 18. We should be helping with the expectations. Fulfillment is actually below expectations, which is not great. Although not so badly that it's affecting loyalty. And we got ourselves a drought. Which again probably isn't really going to affect us. And we don't have... that's what I got. I'm not going to have marketplaces distributed around to distribute the clothing, right? So we're overtaxing the current marketplace. Okay, let's go ahead and get a couple copies of this. Around for our housing needs. Put like over here. One there. And then we'll need one over here. In fact, I'll probably need more housing over here. And then we'll need one over here. Yeah, we're slowly losing food days, but that's fine. As long as we're building up everything else. We can always turn around and raise the food supply by quite a bit. Could do with more people coming in. Because we've got no odd jobbers right now for construction reasons. And then we are up to 30 knowledge, so I can go ahead and... I need basements for the fancy roads. So that's maybe an argument for even more knowledge. Because I'm thinking like fancy wells, fancy roads, fancy hearths. We're going to try to push through into the physician. Well, that's implying tools. Let's double check. Should we see the required construction maintenance? Yeah, it costs tools, so we'd have to get some tools first. Okay. Where that's going to be a valuable approach. That costs tools as well. Okay. Yeah, let's take in some odd jobbers. So 909, 20. Oh, and of course the markets take furniture, so we're a little bit low on furniture while those build up. Fair enough. Got quite a bit of wood. Let's take a quick look at the soil. I think I want to do some animal pastures. That's till, that's alluvium. That's actually rich. That might be a decent place for a pasture that's reasonably close to our housing. Put in a big pasture back there. Okay, so run something like that. The pasture. So this is going to employ a lot of workers, which actually wouldn't necessarily be a problem if that's what it's doing, because it's very efficient per, or it's the same efficiency per worker. That just means it's going to have a lot of people in it. You have a lot of animals in it. Efficiency stays the same per worker. Part of the reason I'm making that decision, I'm realizing we've got some animals in, or livestock in storage. Livestock doesn't keep very well, and we are at some point going to be wanting some eggs. So getting the egg farm going, let's say, is not a bad plan. Okay, well the wood is deployed. Only got one guy going out there and hitting it with a hammer, but progress is progress sometimes. Market 2 is done. About 3 and 4. 3 and 4. Okay. In theory, we've got markets going. That should help with quality of living for the people, because now they can actually go, without going out of their way, they can go get clothing. As well as a little bit of a service improvement from markets themselves. Yeah, access was pretty bad at 62%. That should be improving. Okay, so support in that area was pretty bad. Support in that area was pretty bad. Support down here is pretty bad. That should be improving over time as this catches up on the service need, which mostly is distribution of clothes. We haven't committed to getting hospitals yet. We could go basements. That would be one way to get more housing without building more housing, right? What is the upgrade cost? So it is in fact not going to show me the upgrade cost. Until I have the upgrade. Okay. The other alternative is I now, in theory, have enough... Yeah, if I get a little more innovation, we can just do the dash to the fancy wells, right? In theory, innovation should be going up as we get more reliable supplying of clay. Give that a moment, see if that kicks in and gets a little bit more. Because if I can do wells, we'll do the wells. Okay, the Globoden pasture is complete. Has one of its 23 animals. We're much more skilled at this than we were of the alternative. Species climate, moisture. So that with one animal is providing what this is doing with apparently 2 adult animals. I think we're gonna remove this one. Might rebuild this as a Globadine as well. Let's move you. And rebuild you as Globadine. Accidents occurred, 8 subjects injured. We'll see you go to hospital, 4 deaths. Okay, so we have a demand for hospitals at this point, because we have people who actually need medical treatment. So we will go grab hospitals. Okay, we'll need some tools for that to work. So we'll need to get an import for tools. Logistics, import depot. Let's take a warehouse out back. And we'll let a few more people move in, because we need more people. Okay, we have 300 people. We're going to have treatment facilities for 10 here once this is built. Okay. The new hunter done. I've got a lot more capacity for leather. To 460, apparently. So let's go ahead and upgrade the... Well, not exactly upgrade. Staff out, let's say. The leather tailor. To max the building supports. Oh, look at this leather armor going up a little bit faster. Okay. You need to import Warhammer's tools. To like 20% of the stockpile limit. And then you will, of course, accept some tools. Let's say furniture as well. I'm not sure what else we're going to put here. Probably like something like egg storage. Okay, laboratories in theory aren't working at full speed because they aren't eating enough leather, or aren't eating enough clay. Yeah, we're having hauling issues. There isn't enough clay in storage for other people to pull it for them, so they're having to take lots of little trips, which isn't quite ideal. Two wrongful deaths due to accident. Oh dear. Did not receive a sufficient treatment. And then available services, we got 0, so our mass grave is full. We, in theory, have places for them to be buried. So in theory, they should be going to the graveyard. Although I can go ahead and let's... Because our people generally want to be in the mass grave, right? Is what's going on there. And apparently the mass grave has a catchment area. So that might be the other reason people aren't currently buried. Okay, let's grab a couple more mass graves then, because apparently our people prefer that. Weirdly. So we got one over there. We'll say one over here. And then we'll do one over here. And we can make sure everyone's properly buried for disease reasons. Probably would have preferred, you know, they had seen the hospital if the hospital got built, but at least we now have a hospital. Okay, people are starting to receive their clothing. And clothing probably is something we could probably expand production of and get people in clothing. Oh, apparently I'm not making enough clothing right now, actually. Now that it's actually being distributed to everyone, then we're not making enough of it. Okay, and then where is my weaver's got to be up here. Right. There's the weaver. Increase the weaver as well to offset the fact that we're now consuming more. Making clothes. There we go. Hospital apparently uses a little bit as well. Or at least if we have the adequate supply there, it should work. Okay. How's the herb stockpile looking? Supply roughly equals demand, which is good. So that's helping to convert fish to rations. Okay, our army is slowly training up. We're up to 119. Knowledge, that is a combination of innovation and knowledge. Okay, so that's not particularly useful either. Yeah, still having issues with getting the clay delivered. Which is probably just not enough in the system right now, is probably what that is. This the 50. Should get a pop-up once it hits 50 that we're getting like a experience bonus. Might be exceeding 50. We need to hit 51 for that kick-in. 51. Oh, maybe it just decided not to give me the pop-up reminding me. Yeah, theory should be getting a little bit of experience bonus here, which doesn't add up to there. So we gotta run it for a certain period of time. So we're getting a slight experience bonus. Not necessarily by itself a particularly large bonus. And we have a Glumpton pasture out back. So you can have storage for eggs and fish and veg, if possible. Theory reward positive. Although the wit is a little bit low, I might issue... Well, we got a little bit of a calm period here. Let's issue a clear-cut order. Some trees. Let's put a lot of wood in the stockpile. And we are going to want to build up our sort of odd jobber pool to like 140, so that when we send the army on the march, we don't immediately have 140 empty jobs. Build up a little more housing, and then we'll try to swap over to higher quality, or higher density housing at least. And the way to do that is obviously to unlock basements and actually supply the basements. So I think... Is it, the laboratory is the one providing the innovation. Yeah. Oh, what does improved laboratory need research-wise? So I can definitely deploy that iron, that would not be bad. Knowledge. 50 knowledge. And the advanced laboratory, or advanced library, is 100 knowledge. What's the upgrade to the library? Just furniture. Stuff we have, although the gems would be pretty expensive, I think, as a maintenance. I don't have the net for the leather. Well, this would provide us another 60 knowledge. That'd be enough to get the laboratory. Improvement, laboratory improvement gives more innovation. Innovation could be invested. Although I don't, but we need the innovation. What do we need the innovation for? I'm thinking about it. Marketplace upgrade. Probably just productivity improvements in most places. Okay. Maybe don't need initially a lot of innovation. I actually need more knowledge. Yeah, it looks like we probably need more knowledge. Which would be leather. Okay. Let's just build the hunters up. That's to pick up the thing. I need 30. In theory, if we get enough leather for that, we would be good. Okay. Oh, and I need more people. Apparently the odd jobbers have all gone fleeing to construction jobs, or transport jobs temporarily. Now these are going to get, as we build more and more hunters, these are going to get worse. Although they're not necessarily going to get worse quickly. Maybe a different way to think about it. Each of these are providing 15, so we need like 4 more hunters. That'd be another 40 workers to save us. 40 workers would save us about 60 workers worth of product. Although it would run us the basements pretty easily. Okay. Told myself, no, we're not buying any slaves. Although we are going to build a bunch of hunters. Has our prison ended up full? Or did we have an escape? $0.60, so it's not... That wasn't why government is went down that one period. New level has been bestowed on us. That scored us 30 knowledge, 30 innovation, and 5 nobility, because we went up to 1,000 people. Which, thinking about it, is just giving me the knowledge I need for the basements. Okay, so we can grab basements. So now we can see what upgrading to basements costs, hopefully. 10 furniture, 10 cut stone. Cut stone isn't that bad. The furniture is actually the more annoying part. Especially seeing as we're sort of assigned all our existing furniture right now to expanding the hunters. Although with that innovation, we'll definitely take up swimming pools. Get the, that. And I could run pillars and sculptures, which are things our people do want. Oh, and fancy markets. So fancy market, take the more interesting sculptures and pillars. So eventually should descend and complete these jobs here. Get us more leather coming in. We can get more knowledge coming out of that by turning on knowledge upgrades. And then if we want even more than that, we can then upgrade the laboratories. By picking up the laboratory tech using the knowledge we get from that to buy the upgrade to hopefully make the laboratories work better without needing to use more leather. Although it would add more upkeep in the form of more gems. Should be a little concerning. Now that we're using a lot of upkeep existing in gems at the moment. And all of this is going on while we're trying to train up the army. We're getting close. Our training facility, are you training 20 at a time? Although you do need to maintain the training on the guys, right? Should get us there soon. We're up to 131. So once we have 140 and no recruits, we will be ready to send forth the siege group to go get us a subservient territory. think all the furniture has been deployed for these buildings. Or maybe en route. Or hopefully en route. Not that we're just out of furniture. Might be a combination of all the above. One's done and hired up. And again, this is also pretty luck-driven. I think we're on a bad luck streak at the moment, so it should actually go up. Although, it's not that bad of a luck streak. Oof, yeah. So, quantity is starting to take a pretty hefty penalty here. Our employee effectiveness has dropped by half at this point due to the sheer number of hunters we have out hunted. Yep, I don't think that's going to be a sustainable way to do that. Okay, we'll probably go ahead and disassemble some of these. That one did not work the way I wanted it to. So turn you off. Yeah, I think that basically made leather go up, not down, because of worker improvements. Yeah. Okay, we'll have to change to some other way to get the leather. So that's not happening anytime soon. So we'll do a removal of those. Praise be, my dear Lord, I have been instructed to convey this message here from a certain Grug One-Eye that has come to visit. I quote, "Give me my stuff, you ugly, terrible person, or I'll come over there and make a hat out of your genitals." That is all. There is a list of demands here. If you give me the items, I can deliver them for you. Don't pay this ransom. There are chances you're able to allow for free passage. Okay. We're going to pay up, which is a shame, but not a big concern. 3 deaths, 4 were injured. Do have a hospital. Hopefully the hospital will deal with them. Although the range of the hospital is a little stressed up that far. Okay, turn off opiate consumption because we don't exactly have any opiates being produced for them to use. Okay, so if I want more knowledge, the answer is I gotta put more people on making knowledge. Though I do have the ability to do the housing upgrades at this point. Because the amount of people we brought in brought us enough. Okay. So there we go, we've doubled the amount of people that can live in, or I don't think it was a doubling of the amount of people that can live in that area. Building. 14th. It adds another 4 people to that building. Adding a basement. And if you look carefully, you can see the entranceway to the basement. Fulfillment right now is not enough to keep the population growing, because the food stockpile is low. All that should fix itself as the food stockpile repairs itself. And or build other sources of happiness. We've got 8 innovation, so I can invest at this point. Be worth about 11 workers, although it costs us about 7 workers worth of innovation. Or actually, technically right now 3.5 because we're working clay into the system, although that cost us clay worker, so we'll say 7. That would be an improvement. I don't think it's going to be enough of an improvement to warrant doing right now. I think we just need to wait for our situation to improve, or I need to start distributing the other thing we picked up statues, was it? Yeah, statues. I can start putting some statues around. Made out of cut stone. Our people do like statues. I think I'll go ahead and leave that till next time. If you're watching on YouTube, we'll have another part up tomorrow. I think during the next one, we will go ahead and try to subjugate someone, which just means I need to get enough people in that we don't take every last odd worker in the village to go out and siege a place. But otherwise, yeah, I think things are going well. We got 52 odd jobbers right now. We got 54 open houses. So we just need to improve people's willingness to move into the town enough that we can get up to about 140, 150 odd jobbers, so that when the army of 140 goes leaving, we still have some odd jobbers left. Of course, the city probably will take the time and very rapidly recover from that, so if you're watching on YouTube, they'll be put up tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, this is where we're going to take the mid-stream tea break. I'm going to go make a cup of tea, and then we'll be back to growing the city. So until the next part, I'm going to wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.